much explain the amount of cost that goes into going to college and the detrimental effects that it has on students. Alright, well, according to United website, the average cost of tuition is around $6,500 for in-state students and almost $17,000 for out-of-state students. Combine that with the cost of room and board, it can be pretty detrimental on student debt. We all know and understand that college is expensive, and many people today argue that it should be free, and many argue against it being free. After extensive researching and acquiring more of an understanding of student debt, I have come to an agreement that college should not be free. Although higher education is expensive and large amounts of people can't afford it, making college free is not a suitable choice in this debate. Today I'm going to be discussing reasons why implementing free college wouldn't work as effectively as it is set out to be, why college is meant to be an investment, and to discuss some possible solutions to the existing problems concerning the cost of higher education today. First, I'm going to talk about why the system of free college wouldn't work as it is set out to be. If you think about it, a system of free college would be absolutely amazing and be relieving to many students who struggle every day to earn enough money to pay for their tuition. As good as it sounds, a system as discussed just wouldn't work. First reason as to why the system of free college wouldn't work is because the total cost of college would be directed straight to the taxpayers. A government report from the Secretary of Education's Commission, Robert C. Dickerson, reports that the highest cost that each college pays is the high amounts of labor that goes into running the university. This includes hiring and retaining staff, paying competitive faculty salaries, maintaining facilities, utilities, and regulation. Adding this tax could potentially upset a lot of people, mostly people who don't even care about higher education, or those who are struggling to pay off their existing student debt. An article by Mark Joff on the Fiscal Times states that a plan to make college tuition free would raise taxes to a total of $13.6 trillion over the course of a decade. With the already high amounts of taxes that families struggle to pay, adding this would not be very pleasing. This leads me on to my next point. Many reforms for the cost of higher education do not even offer solutions to those who are already struggling to pay off their existing debt. According to a higher education plan suggested by Bernie Sanders' campaign, he would like to impose a plan that would help make college debt-free, but doesn't suggest any solution to those who have already put a lot into their existing debt to student loans. To put in perspective, think of how unfair it would be to you if college became free and the next graduating class that came into UNI wouldn't have to pay a dime for the rest of their college career, while you get the disadvantage of still having to pay off your student debt from this year. Not only is it unfair to those paying off loans, students who have worked so hard for scholarships, grants, or even paying out of their own pocket would deem it very unfair. Now that I've talked about how the system of free college would be unfair, I will further discuss reasons why college is meant to be an investment. The people that invest in furthering their educations are proven to, on average, make more money than students who don't even continue on to higher education after high school. According to a report by Mary Cooper, she reports that an average monthly wage of students who complete higher level education starting with a bachelor's degree all the way up to a doctorate degree make between 99 to 335% more than high school graduates. So I view it as most likely that those with a college degrees are more willing and more suitable enough to pay off their debt from school while being able to support themselves. And after a long time, it will become a successful investment. There are many reasons as to why those with a college degree are more likely to make more money. According to an article by College Atlas discussing the benefits of obtaining a college degree, they list reasons such as having more suitable job opportunities, job satisfaction, as well as greater benefits to degree holders and their children. It's very common that a well-paying job will most likely be given to those who have even earned a higher education, as having a degree makes people look more marketable and professional. Along with the increase of potentially making more money, the people who invest in a college degree are shown to lead more suitable and happier lives. According to the same article in the College Atlas, those with a college degree are a lot more satisfied with a career choice, and quote, since we spend almost over our entire lives working, job satisfaction could be a big factor in overall satisfaction with life and sense of well-being, end quote. Those people find a lot more satisfaction in their job because it pays higher and is in a field that interests them. In a 2007 study conducted by the University of Chicago, they found that some of the most satisfying occupations include clergies, firefighters, physical therapists, teachers, special education teachers, and psychologists, all which require degrees. Something to come out of paying for college is a sense of accomplishment that you worked hard to earn something. With the availability of a free college without regulation, it can be thought that people would take advantage of the system and take even longer to complete the intended 4 years for their degree. Major motivator in students is to take as many classes as possible and keep them busy and performing well, is the incentive that they're paying a lot of money for it. If we were to take that major motivator away, it could allow students to take advantage of the free education and give them no incentive to perform well and in meaningful time. Statistics found in the National Center for Education Statistics show that the graduation rate of students completing a bachelor's degree in 4 years is only 59%. Taking that into account, that's 41% of students who take longer to complete a degree or not at all. That is money that is to be risked by the students and not by the taxpayers. Now that you know some information about the flaws of the free college education system and the reasons why college is meant to be an investment, I'm now going to propose a more suitable and effective solution to the current situation regarding the cost of education. In the past few decades, the cost of college has skyrocketed, but there are plenty of solutions to make college more accessible and affordable. A good way is to distribute grants and scholarships equally among those who apply for them, instead of setting off a certain amount of money for a specific class, gender, etc. According to a 2015 study by Yanis and Gupta, she discovered that over $2.9 billion in federal grants were left unclaimed by students for the sole reason of students not even completing the FAFSA. I view this to be unfair for students who don't even qualify for money, while there's still a lot of unclaimed money for those who are qualified. It also seems as if the state doesn't even care about a student's education as much as we would expect. According to the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, writers Donald Boyd and Nelson Rockefeller point out that in the past 20 years, the state support for public colleges and universities has fallen by more than 20%. I think that a good way to help make college cheaper is to get the state to become more serious about how much their colleges budget their money so the cost for students isn't as extreme. A very common argument discussed today is that college is offered to students completely free in many European countries. That's great, but what is the catch? In an article by Rick Nowak in the Washington Post, Nowak talks about countries where Americans can study for free and talk a great deal about the education system offered in Germany. He further elaborates how the German government fully funds higher education while offering 900 degrees in English. So again, what is the catch? According to an article on the Business Insider by Abby Jackson, Europe has higher tax rates and lower enrollment rates than the United States. She shows that the enrollment rates are much lower in Germany than the United States, with 62% of students in Germany enrolled in higher education compared to the 94% here. With only 62% being enrolled, it shows that Germany only provide education to the best students with really high standards. The European model for cost of education is great, but it only allows students who meet the extreme standards. This is America. It's a land of opportunity. We have the opportunity to better our education, regardless of extremely high standards. The solution is not to make college free, but indeed make it more available to students by reducing the amount of financial stress. With that said, I shall conclude my argument. After researching this argument, I have come to agree that the cost of education is ridiculous, but it is not meant to be free. We all here work hard and lead successful lives, and even though college is expensive, it doesn't mean it is impossible to come out successful. Only 3 to 4 more years to go, and we will realize that we have made a successful investment.